Welcome back, students. I know you have been waiting a long to see my next video. So in this video I am going to begin with chapter number 3, that is circle chapter. Okay, I'll be uploading second chapter after I finish with circle. Vrishali teacher has already completed with construction. I hope you have understood that. I will also be uploading construction chapter, but everything after I finish with chapter 3, that is circle. Okay, this is one of the important chapter. It has got maximum weightage. Maximum questions are being asked from this chapter. It's a scoring chapter. If you understand its concept, basic concept, easily you can score full marks for this question that is coming from chapter circle. Okay, so let us begin with some of the basic concepts which you have studied in your previous classes. Okay, so first let us know about circle, recall about circle. So my first question is, what is circle? Okay, so let me draw first circle. I've taken a point. Just see how do I do it. First I have taken a point. I'll place my rounder over it, and now I'm going to draw a circle. Okay, fine. So how did I draw my circle? Yes, what you all do is, you all directly take your rounder and mark circle, and then you mark the center. This is absolutely wrong process. So to first draw a circle, you should have a fixed point. Okay, fixed point. Then you take a certain measure and you draw a circle. So how will you define a circle? Suppose I name this point as O. How will you define a circle? Yes, this is collection of all the points that are equidistant from one single point, and it lies in the same plane. This is the plane, and they all lie in the same plane. Then they form a figure of circle. Okay, so I'll just write down what is the definition of a circle. The set of points equidistant from a fixed point in a plane is a circle. Okay, it means here my fixed point is O. Okay, so this is circle with fixed point O. What is this point called with respect to circle? It is called center of the circle. And what is the radius of the circle? You have heard this name first. So what is called radius? Radius is nothing but any point on the circle join the center of the circle. This segment is called the radius of the circle. And what is diameter of the circle? I take a point P. I'll join this OP. This is called radius of the circle. Okay, now I take 2 points, say A and B, and if I join this point A, O and B, it passes through the center of the circle. Therefore AB is called the diameter of the circle. Okay, and what is called chord? I hope you remember. I'll take this another 2 points, say X and Y, and I join them, then it forms the chord of the circle. Difference between diameter and the chord is diameter passes through the center of the circle. Chord joins any 2 points on the circle. Okay, so I hope this basic concepts are clear to you. How many radius a circle can have? N number of radii circle can have. Same way with the diameters with the chord. Okay, I hope you remember this. Let's recall some few more basic concepts. Okay, so we are going to see this. What kind of circles are this? Okay, now this circle with center A and circle with center B, they measure same because their radius is same. So what do we call these two circles as? They are congruent circles. When do we call two circles as congruent? When their radius, their radii measure same. Okay, so they are congruent circles. See this circle within the circle, their center is same here, and there are two circles but with the same center. They are called as concentric circles. Okay, now see here, these two are intersecting circles. Difference is here intersection, there are 2 points of intersection. Here you can see 1 point. Okay, but they are intersecting circles. This you have studied in your previous class, but I hope you remember this because we will be needing this throughout the chapter when we see different kinds of examples and theorems based on this. So let us see something new again, but you know it, you have studied previously, but let's recall one more concept. Okay, so let's recall. First thing is, I hope you remember, there was one statement, a perpendicular drawn from the center of a circle on its chord bisects the chord. I hope you remember this. Let me explain with the help of this diagram. Suppose I take this chord, say chord AB. Okay, this is circle with center O. Now what was the statement? I said a perpendicular drawn from the center of a circle to its chord, say bisects the chord. Okay, I hope you remember this. A perpendicular drawn from center of a circle to its chord bisects the chord. It means that AM is equal to MB. It has bisected the chord. Okay, let's see the second one. Second one is the segment joining the center of a circle and the midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to the chord. Okay, means what? Means suppose if I take a chord, say PQ, okay, and M is the midpoint of chord PQ. Midpoint means PM is equal to MQ. Now I am joining this line, this segment. the segment joining the center of a circle and the midpoint of its chord is what? Perpendicular. Okay, vice versa. Okay, so what did I said? The segment joining the center of a circle and the midpoint of its chord is perpendicular to the chord. I hope you have understood this. Let us see the next one. Congruent chords of a circle are equidistant from the center of the circle. Suppose this is again circle with center O, and there are congruent chords. Congruent chords means what? Means the measurement of the chord is same. The length of the chords are same. Suppose if I take these two chords, say AB and CD. Okay. So what did I say? Congruent chords of a circle are equidistant. Equidistant means what? I draw a perpendicular here to chord AB. I draw perpendicular to chord CD. This measurement, that is OM and ON are same. Okay. So what did I say? Congruent chords of a circle are equidistant from the center of the circle. Okay. Now let us see the next one. The chords of a circle equidistant from the center of a circle are congruent. Means what? Vice versa of this. Suppose if I take again two chords. This is circle with center O. These are two chords, say PQ and say RS. Okay. I draw perpendicular on PQ, say PN and NQ, and another perpendicular on RS, say M, like this way, and this distance is same. It means what? These are at equidistance from the center of the circle. Means they have to measure equal. Okay. The chords of a circle equidistant from the center of a circle are congruent. I hope you have understood this. Recall this. I'll tell you one more thing that you have studied in your previous class. We'll recall that also. Okay, so we'll recall one more concept, that is secant and tangent. Okay, so let us see the difference between secant and tangent. So in this figure, what we can see is this line M. It intersects the circle in one point, that is point P. One and only one point, that is point P. So this line is called as tangent. Okay, this is called as tangent. Why? Because there is only one point of interaction between the line and the circle. In other words, there is only one point common in line M as well as to the circle with center A. Okay, this point P is called as point of contact. See this line L, it is intersecting the circle in 2 points, that is A and point B. Okay, so this type of line is called as secant. Okay, which has got 2 points of intersection. Okay, so this concept, that if I draw a perpendicular, okay, from center of the circle to this point of contact, okay, if I draw this, then if I join this 2 points, then it will be perpendicular. This will lead to the next concept, that is tangent theorem, which I will be discussing in the next module. Till that time, I am expecting the students to recall all these basic concepts related to circle. Thank you.